connected with our communities.
For our first project pitch, we invite to the stage Aurelia Streit. She's a master's student studying public policy and human development here at the UM. She was awarded the 2015 UM Student Award for her work as being the co-founder of Refugee Maastricht, which is a project that offers a platform for refugee integration. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Aurelia Streit.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, there are 65 million people on Earth that were displaced from their homes by conflict and persecution. We, in our daily lives, have heard about this topic in many different perspectives and formed many different opinions, right? The so-called refugee crisis seems to be impacting us every single day. Headlines about Europe's collective failure to address a humanitarian crisis. Far-right populists teaching us that not refugees, but terrorists are taking over Europe. Or even pictures of drowning boats in the Mediterranean that are not even shocking us anymore. With the debate about migrants in Europe that has become very political and emotional, we face an information overflow of this crisis in our heads that makes us forget something really simple. There are people like you and me. So meeting these individuals in real life that we have only known from the media as refugees can sometimes be the best way to create a human face in this crisis narrative. But you might ask yourself, what does all this have to do with Maastricht University? Well, in 2015, about 700 individuals came to our city to seek shelter in the refugee camps. And students wanted to have an active role in welcoming these newcomers to our city. So as a response to their isolation, the Refugee Project Maastricht was founded. And I must really say that until today, not only we, but they have welcomed us into their Syrian, Afghan, Eritrean, or Iranian culture. We teach languages for and from them. The same goes for activities in music, food, or sport. The possibilities to learn from each other are endless. And curiously, questions such as, so did you come by boat? How many of your relatives are still alive? Or how is it like to be a refugee in Europe? Have rarely been asked. We become more curious about their new life in Maastricht. What is your next step here? What do you want to do? And just like us, most of them actually would like to study at this university. So not only the students, but also the city of Maastricht and Maastricht University have worked together on that purpose. Maastricht University has actively sought to enroll more refugees into bachelor and master programs that are starting from today. Together, we have managed that all refugee-related organizations are sitting at one table to try to find solutions that benefit us all. And to me, this approach seems more effective than blaming our governments for not finding a solution, but finding them ourselves. And after all, we come to the conclusion that we, as active citizens of this society, are the ones who can play the best role in creating this crisis narrative and giving it a different ending. And among many other beautiful things I would like to talk about right now, the most key things this experience has learned us was that it can be a lot of struggle after war to find your way to a new home. But for us, it shouldn't take us much to open up our arms and make someone feel welcome. Thank you.
Aurelia, thank you so much for this amazing and heartwarming plea that you just made. We would just like to have you here for one more moment to just ask you a question that deals with how you have experienced the support that you received from the academic and the university community. Could you perhaps elaborate on that?
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity to also speak here and give me the unique chance to thank again Maastricht University that from the first minute that they heard of this project, they have reached out to us and asked how they can play a role in this and be a key supporter in that. And the last year has been a great experience to work together and enable more refugees to enter master programs and bachelor programs and just connect with young people that are very open-minded here and are just curious about finding out more about them. So I was really grateful for that support, and I'm looking forward to everything what's awaiting us this year.
Great.
Thank you so
very
much,
much.
ladies and gentlemen. Aurelia Streit, good luck with your project.
Nice.
Our second presenter is an esteemed guest to today's festivities. Someone who understands the delicate relationship between a city and a university and cherishes this. Someone who wants all students to feel at home here in this beautiful city. We are honored to invite with us to the stage the Mayor of Maastricht, Annamarie Penn.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a definition. Reciprocity is the mutual obligation within a relationship to respond to a gift by offering a return gift. And in this way, an equal relationship is created on the basis of balance as the parties function as an organic whole. And I think the same applies to UM and Maastricht City. The international university and the alluring city balance one another. We, the administrators, and I'm looking at you also, Martin, we have the task of operating as an organic whole. Going it alone is not an option, because the quality of the university is one of the most important economic assets of the city. That's obvious. And also, I think the quality of the city is one of the most important expensive assets of this university. And I wouldn't call it dependence, but rather mutual attachment. Progressing on a reciprocal basis, difficult to say, that is what we stand for. And imagine we would conduct a survey among the visitors in Maastricht on the Servaas Bridge. And we would put a question. We would ask them, how many inhabitants do you think Maastricht has? And I think a lot of these visitors would say, well, 350,000, something like that. And the second question would be, how old is Maastricht University? And I could bet that people would say mid-18th century. And it's both not true, as you know. But Maastricht City would easily be mentioned in the same breath as Leiden and, sorry Martin, Groningen, Florence, Leuven and Cambridge. And not at the same breath with Rotterdam, Eindhoven, Köln or Oslo or something like that, which are also very dynamic and cities with a renowned university. But it is a reputation built on an image rather than on the facts. And you could rightly ask where that image of a large city and an ancient university come from. And let us be clear. The city has a large urban air about it and hosts a lot of facilities. And the university is renowned academically and has an international character. We quoted that already many times. And these qualities reinforce one another and act as a magnet for students and also teachers all over the world. So let us cherish this image, or even better, we have to convert the image into reality, so we can cement our place as one of the famous academic cities. To achieve this, Maastricht will have to act more as a university city, and the will have to act more as a city university. Pythagoras is quoted as saying, if you wish to multiply joy, you have to divide it. The city needs the university, and the university needs the city. And if we work on the basis of that conviction, we can look forward to a bright future, I'm sure of that, as Oxford on the Muse. So from now on, for me, the word reciprocity is to be pronounced as reciprocity. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Mayor. If we could indulge ourselves in one question, we know you have a busy schedule. Our core values in our strategic program talked about the importance of linking the university to the community and to the society at large and the responsibilities that come with it. You mentioned how the Maastricht University has to be a city university. Could you elaborate on some of the specific areas in which you think the university can actually do more?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I'm very glad by everything university does already. And we heard a beautiful story of Aurelia, and we are so proud and happy with that. But when it comes to emphasize the importance of the connection, I think it's not that difficult, but it asks more attention and more passion to do it, both ways, as well from the city as from the university. And it's not that difficult because it comes to little projects, going out in the neighborhoods, students who say, well, I'm interested in this city, in my surroundings. Where am I living? What can I contribute? And on the other hand, we from the city have to stimulate inhabitants to have a brighter look at students and university and how they can connect and reinforce themselves more and more. So I think it's what Ron Heren said, it's the kiss. That's
the passion.
It's the passion.
Yes, thank you very much, Mayor.
And Mayor, one last thing. We know we're very happy to have you here with us today, and we know that you are very busy, and we're very grateful you made time for us. But we cannot let go of this moment without very kindly asking you to take a selfie with us for our Twitter feed. So perhaps you can just smile so that we can have all of you on the background.
So,
Mark,
we
you
turn?
have, yes, we
this
turn
is
around.
so unexpected. I just so happen to have a phone.
So Mark, please.
If I may, why am I the one taking it?
Because it's your phone, so
Asian?
I would say.
Okay. No, wait, there you go. Oh, I guess I'm sorry, I'm security
Not too
detail.
big.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm taking a few.
Okay.
Thank you very
so
much, Mayor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mayor of Maastricht.
Woo. See, I'm telling you, it's all about that passion. That
And
Ron was talking
remember
about.
the hashtags we're using on Twitter, hashtag OAY16 and hashtag UM40years.
Our next speaker is someone who has one foot in the university and the other in the wider community. As the Director of Knowledge Transfer Office and UniVenture, he is responsible for commercializing and disseminating our intellectual property. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who wears many hats, the CEO of Brightlands Maastricht Health Campus, Jan Cobbenhagen.
Thank you. Good morning. Taking our social responsibility seriously by linking the university to society. Mark already mentioned it. It's one of the 4 core values underpinning Maastricht University's strategy and mission. And I was asked to reflect briefly on this from a Brightlands campus's point of view. And as you may know, all 4 Brightlands campuses are triple helix organizations in which the University of Maastricht, the province of Limburg, have joined forces with either a company or the Maastricht University Medical Center. And their ambition is to create vibrant science business communities. Communities that aims at transforming cutting-edge knowledge into products that benefit society and public health. An important foundation to these campuses are the knowledge access, the Kennis As projects, programs. These programs are focused on those core themes that link the regional economic strength with Maastricht University's research. And by establishing these campuses over the past 4 years, Maastricht University already has taken a run-up on the core theme that is presented here today, community at the core. Community at the core is about taking responsibility for society, taking responsibility for the community, the university community, but also the broader community, society as a whole. And for this reason, and you heard it before already with the speech of Ron, Maastricht University will challenge both research and education to address the most pressing problems that are facing society today. And that ambition parallels nicely with the ambition of the Brightlands campuses as we focus on developing sustainable solutions to global challenges. And in order to succeed at this, we need to cross borders. Ron here mentioned it already this morning. Crossing borders. Crossing borders between disciplines, crossing borders between staff, students, and companies or organizations or clinics on the other side. But perhaps most importantly, we must emphasize knowledge crossing borders between organizations and between campuses. And that's why the Brightlands campuses operate in an open innovation context centered around Maastricht University's research. In this open innovation context, new opportunities are found in knowledge crossovers between triple helix hotspots at the various campuses. And in order to reap the full benefits of high-level research, the university needs to connect with entrepreneurs, with companies, with hospitals. It is they who form the second strand of the triple helix, in addition to the university. The third partner is the public sector, the province of Limburg, the major cities. They act as catalyst and as broker in bringing parties together, setting the agenda, and funding our ambitions. And already in their formative years, the campuses have demonstrated that the triple helix approach yields results in safeguarding the innovative power and addressing some important social challenges. Maastricht University is a key player in this ambition, thereby implementing its strategic ambition to take responsibility for the community. Yet in all these efforts, Maastricht University and its partners should not neglect the fact that an entrepreneurial mindset is required as well. We can only utilize our research resources most effectively to the benefit of the society if we are willing to match the resources invested in research with the reciprocal portion of entrepreneurial development. Because only then will Maastricht University's research be truly able to make a meaningful contribution in resolving some of the most pressing societal problems. Community at the core, knowledge crossing borders. The picture behind me illustrates both. It is precisely according to these two leitmotifs that the Brightlands campuses and Maastricht University strengthen each other in developing sustainable solutions to global challenges. And we can all benefit from that now and in the future. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Jan, for this really lively presentation and for giving us an overview of this exciting collaboration. We have one question for you as well, if I may, because you mentioned that the campuses, the Brightlands campuses, are linked to Maastricht University, but I'm sure there are other science parks all over the world that have similar ambitions. So what is unique about this collaboration?
You're absolutely right. There are many science parks, campuses all over the world, especially on healthcare and medicine. What makes us unique? There are a few things, I think. One is this is a truly triple helix approach, in which the three strands of the helix really invest a significant amount of money based on a shared vision. It's not a project or something, these are real organizations that we have established. The other is that we are building the total innovation chain, from fundamental research, applied research, to pilot plans, to production or application in the clinic. That is quite unique. Not many of the campuses have that all on their campus. It's more or less linking excellent research with excellent implementation. And I think the third one, we have 4 campuses. Each has their own specific field of knowledge. And by linking them, knowledge crossing borders, what I just mentioned, we can do things you can't do in another campus. We see several of these possibilities, like, for instance, regenerative medicine. You need the knowledge of the health campus, of the hospital, but you also need the knowledge that is at the Gemmelot campus on new materials. And those linkages and the other things make us unique, I guess.
Fantastic. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
You're
Once again,
welcome.
ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
Jan Cobbenhagen.
Regenerative.
Last but not least, we're bringing to you Björn Buch, who is one of our highly decorated alumni. Björn completed a master's in international business studies at the UM and is now vice president at Bank of America Merrill Lynch in Zurich. We will see him just now on the streets of Zurich, where he recorded some insights into what it means to be a UM alumnus. Take it away, Björn.
Hello Maastricht and welcome to Maastricht. My name is Björn Buch and 15 years ago I was exactly where you are right now. Maastricht offers the support for an active alumni circle I have not seen from any other university to this extent. This has been confirmed by many people who have studied at universities in the UK, the Netherlands, Germany and even in the US. I have 3 key topics I would like to talk to you about today. Lifelong learning. In today's ever-evolving world, the only constant variable is change. Throughout my 10-year experience in banking, I participate in various trainings every single year. Many of my friends have done their MBA or are in the process of doing an MBA or CFA right now. It's an important personal differentiator for your future and to stay ahead of the curve, to engage in studies even after you will obtain your bachelor or master degree in Maastricht. Mentoring. At my company, Bank of America Merrill Lynch, mentoring is strongly supported and even the most senior leaders engage in mentoring relationships to grow themselves and learn from the experience of others. I have a mentor myself and rate this a very valuable source for development and personal progression. I understand University Maastricht is actually working on an exciting mentoring program for you at the moment, so stay tuned and look out for this great opportunity. Societal projects. This is something that is of critical importance to almost every global company these days, certainly important at Bank of America Merrill Lynch, but likewise at other companies I worked at before. So getting involved already at the university for societal or social projects may indeed give you the competitive edge or an interesting experience in a job interview, for example. I hope you have a great time in Maastricht. That's it from me. Bye from Zurich.
Great landscapes over there. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the presentations of the strategic program and moves us right along to the next segment